So before we get into today's podcast episode, I want to ask you a few questions. How would you feel if you had a supportive community with like-minded professionals that you can check in with weekly and meet up online monthly? How would you feel if you were able to coach with me and learn branding and marketing techniques to add either streams of income to your business or come up with ideas? So I want to be able to teach you all the things that mental health professionals never learned in graduate school. I want to invite you out to the Dope Therapist Tribe membership community. Get the world's best mental health professional branding and marketing courses delivered to you every month. Mental health professionals call it the Kaiser of mental health professional branding. You will call it the best one-stop shop for branding your mental health business. So the Dope Therapist Tribe is ideal for clinicians who desire to design their own streams of income while building an abundant lifestyle. Our community specifically focuses on directing you toward developing a wealth mindset and a profitable framework with coaching support from myself. With access to me, you will create your branding blueprint for your business that will be accompanied by step-by-step instructions to brand your business and marketing ideas. You will work with me on a monthly basis alongside of other mental health professionals on branding abundance projects to increase your knowledge in various areas of your business. So this Dope Therapist community is a great fit for you if you want to gain clarity on which stream of income will be benefit of you and that you can create your MVP product. Also, if you want to brand your mindset to attract wealth, you are motivated to design your ideal schedule and lifestyle, you are ready to create your own salary, you are ready to level up and learn what was not taught in graduate school, and most importantly, you are serious about scaling your mindset and your business. So you may be wondering, what do you get? You will receive monthly income stream coaching sessions with myself related to branding and marketing your business ideas. You will come together online with a community of supportive mental health providers across the United States. You will receive branding and marketing coaching. You will have members-only perks. And of course, you will have monthly challenges to promote your growth. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the show notes and join the Dope Therapist Tribe community. Welcome to the Branding for Abundance podcast. My name is Dr. TK. I am a licensed clinical psychologist and success coach. My goal on this podcast is to simply teach you how to proclaim your victory in your relationships, academic and career endeavors, business, money, and your mindset. Learn some simple tools and techniques to brand your life for abundance and live your epic lifestyle. So welcome back. This is Dr. TK, clinical psychologist and your branding coach. I want to bring you to a new episode, and the name of today's episode is Charging Your Value. So I was able to indirectly interview an awesome clinician. She is located in Whittier, California, and she holds the title of a LCSW. So just a little bit of background about this particular clinician. They currently have a practice in Whittier, California. They provide healing services related to trauma, grief and loss, depression and anxiety. And they also use EMDR, along with expressive art, storytelling, and dream interpretation. Oh my God. Wow. Talk about levels of expertise. As far as what this clinician would like help with, they currently still work full time. They are really eager to start their own full-time practice. They also would like clients that will be able to pay their rates. And they also would like to develop a community model for their practice so that they can focus on healing. Okay. So the one thing that I wanted to focus on in this particular episode is 3 areas as it relates to charging your value. So the first one is a business plan. So the first thing that I would ask or, maybe discuss with this clinician is, do they have a business plan? The reason why business plans are vitally important is because if you don't have an outlook of where your business is growing to, as far as the scaling, then we don't know where to start. So for example, all of my coaching clients in the Dope Therapist programs, they all get either a 1-year business plan, and or my elite coaching clients actually get a 10-year business plan. And the purpose of these business plans is to really hone in on or niche down on who is the ideal clientele. So this particular clinician, I don't think that finding the niche necessarily is an issue because they've already stated who they work with now and who they want their private practice to cater to. However, I'm also looking at levels of positioning. So with levels of positioning as it relates to branding, even though we know as mental health providers what we are good at and the services that we provide, if the clientele or community that we want to service does not recognize us as the actual expert, then they may not see why you are even charging that amount of money. Let's just say if it is a little bit above the regular rate. So I'll give you an example. In my private practice, I have two different rates. I have a rate for individual therapy, and then I also have a rate for family therapy up to 4 people. And the reason why the rate for family therapy is a little bit more expensive, not a lot, but a little bit more expensive, is because there are more individuals in the room. Odds are I would have to extend the time of the actual session. And I'm also dealing with multiple people in which I have to navigate a conversation amongst different people. So because I also have positioned myself as the expert when working with couples, because I've written my book called Foundations, 12 Steps to a Divine Relationship. Okay. I have been able to position myself very well online and with my current clientele to be the expert in I'm going to say family dynamics, and then family dynamics can then break down into marital relationships, premarital counseling and or premarital coaching, and just family therapy. Okay. And so with this particular clinician, the 3 areas that I would tell them to focus in on is ensuring that they have a good workable business plan that at least has a 1-year projection and hopefully a 3-year projection. Okay. The 3-year projection would help this clinician fine tune the numbers, the mission and the vision of their particular company or future company. That way they can hone in on what they should be doing every single quarter to work toward that 1-year or that 3-year goal. The second one is identifying or just niching down the client avatar. Even though this clinician clearly likes to work with trauma-focused clients and or the healing practices, I would wonder, what are the ages of the clients? Does this clinician work with school-age children, adolescents, transitional age youth, adults, or all of the above? I'm guessing based off of the type of trauma treatment, the EMDR, clearly that's catered to adults, but I would just want to make sure that they're also not catering their services to children, because if that's the case, the language would have to be different in the marketing efforts, because how you talk to a parent is very different than how you talk to an adult client, head on. So that's one of the suggestions that I would recommend in regard to client avatar, is just narrowing down the age group or groups, and then fine tuning how you communicate differently to those different groups of people if it's more than adults. And then lastly, of course, is positioning. And so the analogy that I always give is like, as a woman, I have a primary care physician, and then I also have a OBGYN. If I am pregnant, I might go to the primary care physician initially, maybe because my stomach hurts, unless I'm trying to get pregnant, right? However, if I know I'm trying to get pregnant and I am tracking my ovulation, who would be better to go to? Who has advertised themselves as the expert as it relates to my particular problem? The OBGYN. So that's how I coach clinicians in understanding who they should choose. How they should brand themselves for the clients to choose them as the expert. And a lot of this goes down to branding, and branding also then leads to marketing. A big issue that I find that a lot of clinicians have but don't know that they have is that when I ask them where they're stuck, they typically will talk about marketing, not recognizing that branding and marketing are totally 2 separate things. You can't market your services or products online, on your website, on Psychology Today, in the community, if you don't have a brand. Okay. So if you want to learn, if you're listening to this episode right now, or for this clinician, if you want to learn how to brand yourself better, I would highly encourage you to join my Dope Therapist Circle. That is a newsletter that I send out every single week, and it provides the mental health professionals across the world with tips about how to brand themselves. And it's not just niche down to private practice. Okay. Now, the second recommendation that I would highly recommend is that this clinician look out for the Dope Therapist Academy that's actually going to start in April. So depending on when this podcast episode is aired, this clinician clearly will hear this podcast episode first, because I am actually simultaneously recording a video at the same time recording a podcast on my computer. However, for the listeners, if we haven't went past, I'm going to say April 15th, tax day, or the first tax day for that matter for this year, you definitely, if you're looking into branding and creating a very sturdy and strong foundation for your private practice, even if that means revamping your private practice, then you definitely want to get on the list to hear about first the Dope Therapist Academy Foundations program. This program is a 4-week program. It has live coaching. We get on a live call in which I see you, you see me, and I provide a lesson. And then of course we do Q&A, and literally you will be able to walk away from this program within 4 weeks of being able to build out your entire brand, your back office, your systems, because that's what I'm really big on, is creating simple systems for mental health professionals, specifically in private practice. And so if this clinician or anyone who's listening would like to get more information on the Dope Therapist Academy, feel free to either go over to my website at drtk.com, or you can simply scroll down to the show notes and then you can click the link to give you information. Okay. So I really hope that this information has been helpful for this mental health provider. And for those of you who are listening, if you are really interested in branding yourself or moving from a 9-to-5 job and venturing off into your own private practice, you really want to position yourself as an expert so that your price, your dollar amount, your price point makes sense as far as who you're treating. Okay. So again, check out the show notes. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Please let me know your takeaways. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram at Dr. TK Psych, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast episode today. I am super excited to see your growth in your business, career, money, and relationships. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Dr. TK Psych, where you can find daily inspiration and tips to live your abundant lifestyle.